what he's doing is, I mean, kind of cool if he can continue to.
Floyd Mayweather just destroyed Jake Paul, a so-called problem child of boxing, after he rejected Andrew Tate's fight like it's a tax bill he forgot to pay. And this is the same Jake Paul who loves to shout from the rooftops about fighting anyone, anywhere, anytime. Turns out that offer doesn't apply to people who might actually stand a chance of knocking his ego and him flat on the mat.
He's doing is, I mean, kind of cool if he can continue to steal money and they match him the way they match him. I can't knock his hustle. So if they can match him the way how they've been matching him, more power to.
And then there's Floyd Mayweather, the undefeated king of boxing, watching from the sidelines like a disappointed parent. Floyd didn't just call Jake out. He tore him to shreds. He branded Jake a cherry picker, accusing him of only stepping into the ring with opponents he knows he can beat. Let's be honest, Floyd's not wrong. Jake's fights are less about proving himself as a boxer and more about curating a highlight reel for YouTube like he did here.
I will fight you. And you know that's one of the biggest fights to make in boxing. I'll weigh 175, you weigh 165, we can get that done. Make a couple $100 million, but what will your excuse be?
That is the reason Mayweather has been critical of Jake's entire approach to boxing to Floyd. Jake represents everything wrong with the sport today. Style over substance, hype over heart. And let's not forget the infamous gotcha hat incident where Jake snatched Floyd's cap during the press event. That stunt didn't just irritate Floyd, it solidified his opinion that Jake is more clown than competitor.
What happened? You're not tough anymore since your loss? What happened since your loss? Yo, we gonna bust him up, guys?
I told you before, put that
Yo, let's bust him.
Jake Paul's rejection of a fight against Andrew Tate feels like a squandered opportunity for the kind of spectacle both thrive on. A clash of egos between these two personalities could have been a circus worthy of primetime TV. Yet Jake opted out, a decision that left many questioning his credibility. Floyd Mayweather, quick to seize the moment, accused Jake of ducking real challenges to protect his image. This isn't the first time Jake's matchmaking strategy has come under scrutiny, and Mayweather's comments reignited the conversation about Jake's legitimacy as a boxer. Mayweather pointed out Jake's pattern of cherry-picking opponents, taking on fighters with no boxing experience or those past their prime. His bouts against Tyron Woodley and Ben Askren, both former MMA fighters, pose little threat. When Jake finally stepped into the ring with a real boxer to face someone like Tate, who has actual combat credentials, the social media backlash following Floyd's critique was relentless. Memes, tweets, and TikToks roasted Jake for ducking Tate, while Mayweather fans piled on, pointing out the obvious. Jake's bravado is rarely matched by his actions. Jake's persona is built on confidence and showmanship, but his reluctance to face real challenges chips away at his credibility. If he won't fight Tate, how can he expect the boxing world to take him seriously? Critics have long accused Jake of scripting outcomes and avoiding genuine competition. While he denies these claims, his refusal to fight Tate only fuels the narrative. At its core, boxing is about proving yourself against the best. It demands grit, determination, and a willingness to take risks. Jake, however, seems content with playing it safe, choosing opponents he knows he can beat. Mayweather's disdain for Jake goes beyond the ring. Floyd sees Jake as someone who disrespects the sport, reducing it to a spectacle for clicks and cash. Mayweather's career, for all its controversies, was built on facing elite fighters and maintaining an undefeated record. Jake, in contrast, appears more focused on preserving his influencer status than embracing the challenges of real boxing. Rejecting the Tate fight was more than a strategic move. It was an admission of Jake's limitations. Tate, with his brash personality and extensive combat experience, represented a significant risk. For Jake, the fight was too much of a gamble, one that could damage his carefully constructed image. By avoiding Tate, Jake handed Mayweather and the boxing community more ammunition to question his legitimacy. Floyd's criticism may be harsh, but it resonates. Jake has an opportunity to elevate his career by taking on serious opponents, yet he consistently opts for the easy road, While his fans might justify it as smart business, the broader boxing community sees it as cowardice. Mayweather's critique goes deeper than a single decision. He emphasized that Jake's actions carry consequences. By sidestepping real fighters, Jake risks losing whatever credibility he has left in the sport. Boxing fans are growing tired of the spectacle. They crave authentic competition, not orchestrated charades. Until Jake delivers, he'll remain a controversial figure, not a respected one. Andrew Tate is no ordinary loudmouth. He's a trained fighter with years of experience. And while his polarizing personality might turn some away, his skills are undeniable. Unlike the retired MMA fighters or social media personalities Jake has faced, Tate represents a genuine threat. Jake's camp may spin his rejection of the fight as a calculated decision, but the truth is plain. Jake doesn't want to risk losing control.
Where you going, Jake? Oh, he's running! He's running! Look at him! Jake Paul running, champ!
Floyd's comments should serve as a wake-up call for Jake. The boxing world is watching. Each fight, or refusal to fight, sends a message about his intentions. For all his bluster, Jake has shown a consistent unwillingness to face real challenges. His career hinges on his ability to prove doubters wrong, but so far he seems more interested in preserving his brand than earning respect in the ring. The ball is now in Jake's court. Will he step up and take on legitimate fighters, or will he continue down the path of safe, calculated matchups? History suggests the latter, but there's still time for him to change the narrative. Rejecting Andrew Tate wasn't just a missed opportunity, it was a glaring admission of fear. And in boxing, fear is the fastest way to lose credibility.
Decision making when most boxers, we don't follow their career at this point.
Yeah, I'm blessed to be in the position I am, to be highly criticized. That just means I'm doing something right. And no one has had a boxing career like mine. It'll be studied and judged, but I've risen to the top in 4 years because I've taken risks. I was the underdog all the way up until Nate Robinson, and that's something that people don't remember, don't give any credit to, but I put it on the line against some of the best in the...
Floyd Mayweather didn't hold back when calling out Jake Paul, and his critique hit home. Highlighting Jake's avoidance of elite fighters like Canelo Alvarez wasn't just a jab, it was a statement of fact. Fighters like Canelo operate on a level Jake can't compete with, and rather than risk humiliation, Jake opts for safer matchups. He sticks to opponents who either lack boxing experience or are far past their prime. A glance at Jake's fight history tells the story. His bout with Nate Robinson, a basketball player with zero boxing credentials, was an easy win. Ben Askren, a retired MMA fighter with poor striking skills, provided another predictable victory. Even Tyron Woodley, an aging MMA star, barely lost to Jake in their first fight, showing how thin the margins were. When Jake finally fought Tommy Fury, a legitimate boxer, he lost. That defeat was a reality check, revealing that Jake's skills don't measure up to the image he projects on social media. Jake's boxing career has always leaned more toward entertainment than sport. From extravagant entrances to trash talk designed to go viral, he knows how to sell tickets. But for boxing purists, the act is transparent. Mayweather, a man who built his legacy by defeating some of the greatest fighters in history, has every right to criticize Jake. Unlike Jake, Floyd's career wasn't founded on gimmicks, but on skill, discipline, and a willingness to face the best. Mayweather's comment about Jake not having the guts to fight someone like